Here we are, Maggie Munkin, the brilliance behind this whole series, and I know you have your books sitting right there beside you. Hold them up, all five of them. Look at that, amazing! What an accomplishment! We have become number one bestseller in numerous categories, and it's just so fun to see everybody working together and promoting and really getting the message out. I've truly enjoyed all the interviews today. It's been really fun
Good.
getting to know the most amazing people. And I think that's why I enjoy the work I do, is because I get to meet fascinating, wonderful people.
Oh yeah, you sure do. And I have to tell you, our team is just absolutely amazing. I couldn't be more thrilled with how they're showing up. And here's the cool thing is you just had shared we have five of these little guys that are all number ones. We have authors come back from the very first volume and share. And it's absolutely beautiful to see the give back and the support and the appreciation. So, I feel truly honored to hang out with such beautiful people.
Pretty
And they're
incredible.
awesome experts too.
they, they know they know stuff, huh?
Other stuff, that's a fact.
So, Maggie, you wrote a letter, and I would like, with your permission, I would like to read this letter to small business owners. And it's in the book,
Oh,
but I thought it would set the tone for the kind of to cap off our whole day of celebration and really capture
mhm.
the essence of what you what you've been up to and why this book series has been so important for us. It says, "Dear
Okay.
small business owner, as the creator of this series, I am pleased to share that in our fifth and final volume, I offer you the capstone of our book series in the following chapter. As this book dedication states, this book is dedicated to small business owners. You are our economy's accelerant. There are two relevant definitions for a capstone: the final stone placed upon something constructed, think Greek and Roman temples with columns, or the highest or crowning achievement, think of acknowledging graduates or being an award recipient. The following chapters, Success with Intentional Self Leadership, written by yourself, is the capstone on the pillars defined throughout the series. The concept of self leadership complements and epitomizes the four performance pillars for small business success: profitability, people, productivity, and peace. The four performance pillars comprise a framework for small business owners to apply to simplify success. Additionally, the four performance pillars lay out the structure of our books, organizing the brilliant chapters from our authors, i.e., brilliant practicing experts. Today's society requires us to be leaders. Your business needs you to become a self leader and make better decisions. Your life requires you to think and behave differently to achieve intended outcomes, and self leadership will support your success. And what better way to really kind of set the tone for the entire, what this whole book launch process, what the whole series has been about. So you must be feeling pretty smart. Pretty
Well,
wonderful too. Pretty happy.
well, I, it's so funny because people say, oh, I'm so honored and humbled. And sometimes that's just the rhetoric that they know they're supposed to say. And every year, this is a humbling experience for so many reasons. This year was even um, more tender to me because it's the bittersweet of the fifth and final book in our series. And I did something in this book that I never did before, Becky. I very seldom write about my personal life. And this summer, when I was writing my chapter, I decided to write about my dad and a story about Thanksgiving Day when I was 6 years old. And it's a very cute story. And and there's a bear chase in it, and there's pumpkin pie, and there's all sorts of things happening. And it gives, I did it to depict the example of debunking the leadership myth that if you turn around and look behind you, that means you're the leader. Not quite. You got to read the story. But when I was writing it, I had said to my husband, I said, this is my tribute to Dad. Now, at that time, I did not know that he was in hospice, nor did I know that the week of this release, within the last week, my father had transitioned. And it's just so tender.
Yeah. My heart, the goosebumps that come up.
Yeah, so and I'm just astonished. I'm like, wow, he just really set it up that that's how it was going to play out. So
well, and what a tribute to him, and he knows what. Yeah.
So very fascinating. So I have that really unique situation because I don't share about my personal stories, and I'm okay with that. But here we are. One comes out, and then he dies. Maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. Maybe I shouldn't be doing personal stories. It's sort of funny, but I have to tell you, Becky, you have been our publishing house for volume 2, 3, 4, and 5, because you are stellar at what you do, and you help us become so successful in how we produce the book and how we promote the book. And I want to thank you for that, because without you and your secret sauce, it just wouldn't happen the way it does. So there's magic on both ends here.
There is a lot of magic on both ends, and one couldn't do it without the other, because I always say, being an author, whether it's in one chapter of a book or writing the whole book, it's not for the faint of heart, because there's a lot that goes into it. And it's more than the writing of the book. It's more than all the other pieces that go into it. There's a lot of work that goes into successfully publishing a book and getting it out and continue to sell, not just getting lost in what I call the cobwebs of cyberspace. So
it's true. And every year I am amazed at how our authoring teams step up to this monumental task and just show up in their own leadership skills. And we work like a village to make sure that we meet our goals. And every year I'm always fascinated as to who steps in and what they do and how they do it, because we need everybody's genius to show up to succeed. Yes. That's what collaboration is, and that's this series. So authors, volume 5, today is your day. And volumes 1 through 4, thanks for showing up and supporting us like you always do. And you've had your day, but we are a community, and that is the amazing thing. We still show up strong.
Yep. And, it takes everybody. I have actually published collaboration books where people just didn't work together, and you just kind of scratch your head, because there's no way to even reach a bestseller if it doesn't take the teamwork, if you don't have the teamwork that goes into it. And, for single authors, they build a launch team. That's part of the representative working with my publishing house, is that they have to build a launch team, because it's those that know, love, and trust them. It's their message and the way they show up in the world and the way they lead, So that's kind of the lot of moving parts to successfully. But you have taught me tremendously through these four volumes that I've had the privilege of working with you on, and I'm truly blessed, and I wanted to thank you for that. You're the bomb.
Yeah, I'm the bomb. The bomb. It is truly bittersweet. And this year, we had a couple extra hurdles to come through to bring this book to publishing. And #1 bestsellers, multiples. And I'm so thrilled because our team worked really hard. So team, kudos to you. We stuck to it. We're committed to making it rock, and we couldn't do it alone. That's the short end of the story. It's a collaborative, and I always find it fascinating because everybody says how collaboratives don't work, and I know differently.
Yes.
I know differently. So, I want to thank you for that, Becky. Oh, the crew is up to something. They all just walked in the room.
I was hoping they'd all get in the picture. I was hoping they'd all kind
Hey,
of
come on, Eve. If you're going to do something, do it with me. This is how we show up together. Yeah. Okay, everybody, come on, get your faces.
Oh, isn't that fun? Oh, look at that. Yay! Awesome. Oh.
Great. Thank you very much. Thanks, Becky.
No, you guys are wonderful. Thank you. Oh.
I guess I should have known when they said, "You are the bomb, Maggie," that I was going to.
How awesome.
Wow.
And unfortunately your video kept cutting out and I couldn't hear half of it. So they might have to do it again.
Everyone was so loud.
There we go.
Photobomb.
Photobomb. Yay. You guys are awesome. Truly awesome. Thank you for all. Big team.
Cool working with great people. That's all I can say. That know how to step into whatever it is to make it happen, and that's what we do.
1, 2, photobomb.
Yeah, I had to do that with my camera.
Yeah. And this really creates a family.
It does.
And when you do this type of intensity. So thank you, team. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I made they're totally awesome. I actually think they're brilliant. They are brilliant.
They're beyond brilliant.
Okay, what are you guys doing over there?
Imagine the work that
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
We're engineers. We're trying to figure this thing out.
I got the engineers working on something in the building. How beautiful. So, I'm just beside myself because when we started the series, we didn't know it was a series. It was just going to be one book. That was the intention. And the other thing that's so fascinating about it is the simplicity of how we started to understanding how all this is done and done well. Because if you're going to do this much work, you need to do it well. Mm-hmm. And you have guided us tremendously with that. And then bringing everybody together, and there's so many different moving parts, but if everybody does their part, it's a win.
It is.
And it's really cool because I remember when Volume 1 was coming out, and I didn't tell this to the authoring team because they didn't need to hear it, but everyone was telling me, "Oh, you're not going to become a bestseller because you don't have the right type of cover, you don't have the right type of people, none of you are known big celebrities, blah, blah, blah." And they went through this. They told me every reason why we wouldn't become a #1 bestseller. Mm-hmm. And we knocked it out of the park with the first volume, and it just continued and continued and continued to have the demand. So it's very fascinating. And I guess if I would say anything after I just wrote about the power of self-leadership, is step into your own greatness and don't listen to anyone else's naysaying because they're just there, and it's work. Everything you do will be work. So you better make sure it's something that you actually love doing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's the beginning. And as I talk about in the self-leadership chapter, and we so need that. It's instead of looking out and looking at leadership outwardly, all the great leaders turn the telescope inward.
Mhm.
and they work on themselves. And by default, they naturally become better leaders. So I invite everybody to do that because that's where you find your success very easily.
Very so true. And what I found to be today, interviewing and getting to meet each one of the authors, was that cohesiveness. Everybody was talking on a different pillar and a different subject matter, but everything just tied together, just like it was, meant to be. That each complemented one over with one with the other.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, truly. Yeah.
And every year a theme comes out of the authors, and nobody knows what the other is really writing about. And then as I'm reading all the chapters, it's very clear. And this year, the theme was intention and intentionality. And I was so impressed that that came up because that's a pretty significant concept to convey.
Mhm.
And what was beautiful about it was it made sense after what we've just gone through with COVID, that everybody gets the clarity to set the intention and be deliberate about their right thoughts and their right actions aligning to achieve whatever it is they are looking to achieve. So, if you're there, pick up this book because we are talking about that on each different chapter in a different application.
It
It's
is.
beautiful.
And you have a tremendous amount of podcasting that the entire team has done over the months and will continue to do. You've really laid the groundwork. You've all of you have worked together to make sure that that this is a true success and that the legacy continues to live on.
Right, right. So it is an evergreen series. That's what's so beautiful about it.
Yep, very much.
Really honored to bring it forward to fulfill the underserved small business sector. Thank
Well,
you.
much to
Thank you for
celebrate
all of
with
your
it.
assistance these years.
And thank you for all I've learned from you. So go and celebrate. You've got a whole team of people out there waiting for you. Go and celebrate. Wish I could be there in person, maybe next time.
Oh,
On some other kind of next time.
we should.
But
Well, it'll be, yes, there'll be a different kind of next time.
and also we get to be in person next. It's almost what, a week and a half away, 2 weeks away.
Oh, yes, yes. You and I get to play for a day.
Yep, be
It'll be
awesome.
beautiful. Yes.
Well, go enjoy your team and enjoy the fact. Let me take a quick look up here. Brilliant breakthroughs. What are we doing? I see a bunch of ones.
Good. We like ones.
Yeah, let me look in this other platform because I have reporting sessions then going everywhere. So let me see what it says.
Yeah, it's always fascinating, the massive success that we have.
Yeah,
It's almost hard to believe.
it is.
And that's just a testimony to everyone going ahead and doing their thing and their part really well and making a concerted effort.
Well, everybody has done, and actually we found 7 #1 bestsellers so far, and a lot of the countries, for some reason, which is a thing that happens fairly frequently with the algorithms not reporting until like later into the evening for other countries, and sometimes even for the US. So it isn't over. We'll be seeing a lot more.
Well, it's far from over. And, it's not just about release day. We have all sorts of magic because it's National Entrepreneurs Month. So every week we have a free gift. Please, please make sure you continue to pay attention to what we're offering you, small business owners and entrepreneurs.
Very good.
Yes,
And
yes,
go
thank
enjoy,
you.
go enjoy
And-
the rest of your day.
All of our wonderful people who are popping in, saying congratulations and all that other wonderful stuff.
I'm sorry.
Boy, there's some names here. Wendy, oh my gosh, that's back from 1996. Hard to believe. And thank you, Wendy, and everyone else. It's just beautiful. Appreciate you all.
Well, that ends our broadcast on our celebration.
Shine brightly.
All right. You too.